The dark secret of why super empaths attract avoidance again and again. This isn't fate. It's not chemistry. It's wiring. You keep finding them, again and again. The quiet ones who vanish without warning. The ones who say they need space but never explain why. The ones who make you feel like you're the only one who sees them until they shut down completely. And every time you whisper, this one will be different. If I love them right, if I give enough room, if I wait long enough, they'll open up. But here's the truth. It's not random. It's design. Your empathy, that deep, radiant core, acts like a lighthouse to someone fleeing emotional storms. Avoidants don't chase love. They chase safety. And you radiate it. No demands, no smothering, no pressure. To them, you're not just attractive, you're essential, a living shelter. But here's the dark twist. That safety doesn't heal them. It enables them. They lean into your calm when overwhelmed, then vanish the moment things feel too close. You start believing their withdrawal is a test, that if you wait, they'll return better, more open, more ready. They don't. Not really. They return because you're still there, still safe, still forgiving, still absorbing their chaos without breaking. And each return, you mistake it for progress, when really, it's repetition dressed as hope. Without recognizing this pattern, you'll keep pouring love into voids, mistaking distance for depth, sacrificing peace for someone who won't meet you halfway, leaving you drained, confused, heartbroken. Again, you think you're helping, being strong, noble, but beneath the surface, something else is happening. Your nervous system learns to equate love with exhaustion. Boundaries dissolve because they need time. Red flags get ignored because they've been through so much. Worst of all, you believe if they just let you in, everything will be perfect. That's the trap. Avoidants aren't broken puzzles needing solving. They're whole people choosing to stay closed. And your empathy lets them do it consequence-free. You become their emotional recharge station, their escape hatch, their soft place to land and leave whenever they want. The more you give, the more they take. Not from malice, from survival. Because to an avoidant, intimacy feels dangerous. And you make danger feel manageable. So they keep coming back. Not because they're changing, but because you haven't changed the rules. Yet, you felt it. Give space, they vanish. Pull back, they reappear. Set a boundary, they panic. Forgive, they repeat. This isn't coincidence. It's a feedback loop. They're addicted to your stability, your ability to hold their chaos without crumbling. And you, addicted to the hope. Those fleeting moments they drop their guard and you glimpse the soul beneath. Each reunion feels like progress, but it's not. It's repetition disguised as redemption. Remember that 2 a.m. call? Voice trembling. Finally opening up? You stayed hours. Held space. Didn't push. Didn't judge. Days later, they were warmer. Kinder. Present. You thought, they're changing. Then silence. No warning. Just gone. Weeks later, a casual, hey, how have you been? As if your heart didn't spend a month wondering what you did wrong. That's not forgetfulness. That's the cycle. They return not because they miss you, but because they miss what you do. The calm, the safety, the lack of pressure. And you let them back in because that tiny glimpse of vulnerability convinced you they're worth it. But here's the secret. Those glimpses aren't breakthroughs. They're breadcrumbs, left often enough to keep you walking, never enough to lead you home. That connection you feel, it's real, but not mutual. They're not bonding with you. They're bonding with what you provide. Your empathy soothes their anxiety. When the world feels loud and sticky, they drift back, not to build something lasting, but because you don't suffocate them. You don't chase, don't guilt, don't demand. That's gold to someone terrified of being trapped. So they soak it up, lean in just enough to reset, then slip away when things feel too close. And you, beautiful, big-hearted you, start keeping score. They remember my birthday, sent that song I love, apologized last time. You turn crumbs into proof they care, that they're trying, that this time might be different. But those gestures, not growth, maintenance, just enough to keep you around, just enough warmth so you won't walk away. Because even if they can't handle intimacy, they can't imagine life without your quiet presence waiting. While you rearrange your life, cancel plans, reread texts, decode silences, they're not thinking of your sacrifice. They're relieved. Relieved you didn't blow up, didn't make it a thing. Relieved you're still there, calm, patient, absorbing whatever comes. That's not love. That's dependency. And you mistake their reliance for loyalty. If they keep coming back, it must mean something. But returning isn't commitment. It's convenience, emotional outsourcing. They get comfort without responsibility. And you pay in sleepless nights, second-guessing, resentment buried under kindness. You tell yourself you're strong, that you can handle it, that no one understands them like you. But strength is enduring pain. It's knowing when to stop pouring into a cup with no bottom. You're not healing them. You're helping them stay stuck. Every unconditional welcome teaches them silence is rewarded. Distance forgiven. Your needs, optional, forever. You know the signs. You text first after silence. Remember their trauma better than they do. Feel responsible for their sadness. Downplay your needs to avoid pressure. You call it love. But really, it's rescue. And rescuing someone who won't be saved doesn't make you noble. It makes you exhausted. This isn't blame. You did nothing wrong. Your empathy is a gift. Rare, powerful, beautiful. But somewhere, you started believing it was meant to fix broken people. Especially the quiet, wounded ones who seem strong but tremble inside. But hear this. You are not their therapist. Not their emotional regulator. Not their safe space at the cost of your own. The moment you realize that, everything changes. Not because they wake up, but because you do and choose yourself. That's when the cycle breaks. Not with drama, with quiet, unshakable self-respect. The kind that says, I love deeply, but I no longer confuse endurance with devotion. Even when you walk away, their ghost lingers. You wonder if they're okay, if they think of you, if they regret it. That pang when their name pops up, a song, a scent, a place, isn't weakness. It's proof of how deeply your nervous system synced. For months, maybe years, you were their calm in a storm, their harbor, their reset button. Your body remembers. Your heart remembers. But your mind must learn. Missing someone doesn't mean they belong in your life. Feeling connected doesn't mean it was healthy. Depth doesn't equal balance. You attracted them not because you were broken, but because you were whole enough to hold their brokenness. And now, hold that space for yourself, forever. You don't need to become cold to protect your warmth, or shut down to stop being used. Just change the rules. Stop calling silence depth. Stop romanticizing potential over presence. Stop measuring love by how much pain you endure. Start asking for consistency, not grand gestures. Value peace over intensity. Notice who shows up, not who disappears and pretends nothing happened. The moment you stop being their free sanctuary, the spell breaks. Not because they don't need you, but because you finally choose yourself. And that choice, it transforms more than one relationship. It reshapes them all. You attract people who match your energy, not drain it. Who respect boundaries, not test them. Who stay, not because you beg, but because they truly want to. That's not fantasy. That's what happens when you stop confusing sacrifice with love. This bond isn't fate. It's a lesson. Learn it, and the pattern dies. True love doesn't ask you to shrink. It asks you to expand. Doesn't demand you fix their past. Invites you to build a future. Together, side by side. Not you holding them up while they lean away. Not you waiting while they decide. Real love meets you where you are and stays. No games. No vanishing. No breadcrumbs masked as intimacy. And once the cycle breaks, something shifts inside you. You stop hunting broken wings to mend. Stop mistaking unavailability for mystery. Stop believing love alone can melt walls never meant to fall for you. You realize your empathy isn't a tool. It's a gift, meant for those who honor it. And that's the secret only the healed empath knows. You were never meant to be someone's escape. You were always meant to be someone's home, starting with your own.